Well, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, and good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of The Morning Glow. Welcome to another episode of The Morning Glow. Got a great broadcast lineup for you this morning, as I hope and I pray that we always do. I'm not important, just a question asker. My name is Raheem Algeman out of Atlanta, Georgia, but I got my brother from another mother, but we got the same father. This is Donald Toussaint. Good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
I'm good. It's
Mm.
Friday.
Thank God it's. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
talk it. Don't sing it.
No, I'm saying, thank God it's Friday. Friday. Doo, doo, doo. Thank God it's Friday. Oh, that's Saturday, ain't
I told you.
it? Good morning, Kick. I see y'all over there. Good morning, Kick. Yeah, we're different. We're not actual gamers, but we play the game of life. How about that? That's how we tie into this game thing. We're over here playing the game of life. Y'all are gamer network and y'all do different games and stuff like that. So that's okay. But we play the game of life and we play to win. We play to win, but we don't have a reset button. I'm talking to the game. It's a platform that we broadcast on now called Kick. Um and on Kick, is mainly a Tucson. It's a gaming platform, but we broadcasting live on there as well because we want to bring what we talking about to everybody. We don't want to exclude or omit. Let me use that lack of a better term. We don't want to omit anybody because the stuff that we talk
Yeah.
about, everybody I think needs to hear it. They can, you have the ability. You can actually tune in if you like to, or you can change the channel. That's up to you. But if you stay, you might learn something. You might learn something before we done. But Tucson, I'm gonna ask you a question, Tucson. Um, no, I'm not gonna go with that one, not just yet. I'm gonna hold off on that one. I'm gonna ask you this. Just my imagination. The Temptations had a song. Just my imagination once again running away with me. Ooh. Now listen, how many times? Go ahead, finish. You got a little bit left in you. Go ahead, finish.
Away with me.
Now, how many times in life have our imaginations set us up for a drive-by? We thought it was something. We thought it was gonna be something, or we thought we had something that it was like the commercial used to say back in the day. Is it live or is it Memorex? We couldn't tell. We couldn't tell the difference.
That rabbit ain't real.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Like the Greyhound dog.
Mm-hmm.
And sooner or later, he just gave up. Got old. And the young folks came along. Young little Greyhound dogs say, "What's wrong with you? Sick? No. You are too old to run with the big dogs?" I said, "No, I can run with the best of y'all."
Mm-hmm.
But I figured out that rabbit ain't real.
Mm-hmm.
And I done chased some rabbits ain't real.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Don't
Absolutely.
start me this morning, Raheem,
Mm-hmm.
because I'll have some flashbacks.
Mm. We'll be like, whoa, whoa. Is that? Oh no, that can't. That can't be. Is that it? Is that her? Is that her? Is that her?
Shit, oh, I said, "Oh Lord, I was
Mm.
gonna say that Sunday. Oh yeah, that ooh, I'd be like, ooh, oh,
Oh,
Georgia Beach.
be like, ooh wee, ooh wee, ooh wee. Be like, ooh wee for real. Be like, ooh wee for real. I'm gonna tell you something because a lot of times, Tucson, we do get caught up. Is it live or is it Memorex? Is what we're looking at. This guy, even in the song, he said, it was just my imagination. She's not really here. She don't even know I exist.
Oh,
But he had this thing made up in his mind where they had the relationship, they was in love and all kind of things, man. But reality was she didn't even know that he existed. Didn't even know he existed. But in his mind, they was in a full-fledged relationship, man. They was in love. They were going a distance with each other.
oh, really?
Mm-hmm. How
Oh,
often?
really?
How
Huh.
often? How often do we find ourselves in those situations? How often do we find ourselves in it? Is it live or is it Memorex? A lot of times it's Memorex.
Man, a lot of times, because I thought about when we start trusting people. I thought you was my friend.
Yeah. Exactly. And before,
man, if you ever need me, just call me.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, you better take a picture of it.
Exactly.
That promise. I wish I could capture that promise.
I wish I had 5 cents for everybody that made that promise. If I had 5 cents
Lord,
for everybody that made that promise, 5 cents, a nickel for everybody that made that promise. And see, sometimes, but truth of the matter, let me say this though. In sometimes you make that promise with good intentions, but sometimes some things happen in your own personal life. And so I know that to me, you really maybe people should stop saying it, because sometimes they have all the right intentions in the world. They have all the right intentions in the world, and they mean what they say. But sometimes you got to understand things happen in everybody's life, just like things happening in you. When I say your life, I'm talking about yours and mine or anybody's life. Things happen in other people's lives too. And if the timing don't line up, man, they want to be there, they want to help you, but things happen in their life, and they're dealing with something on their own in their own life that has to take a precedence. But see,
take a precedent.
Yeah. And so we get
you know what?
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm just saying, we gotta be mindful of that part of it as well. We got Toy You with a T. I'm going to go to Toy You with a T in a second or two, but we got to be mindful of that too, man. Sometimes things happen in another person's life and they're not able to be there. Not that they don't want to, but it's just that, like I say, other things happen. What do you say to that?
I wish I could get some of that money that I put out back.
Yeah.
Them promises that I give it. Like the hamburger man on Popeyes. I pay you back Tuesday for a hamburger. Today, for how you used to say it.
I gladly pay you Tuesday.
Never come.
Yeah, I gladly pay you Tuesday. If you're giving that hamburger today, I gladly pay you Tuesday. No. Told you with a T. Good morning, young lady. How you doing this morning?
Get money. How y'all doing?
Hey, doing good. Told you we're talking about this. We're talking about this song, and you missed it yesterday. You need to go back and listen to that broadcast. But it was what's the name was getting on you yesterday?
Who?
Mo. You go back and listen to the broadcast.
I don't argue with 4-year-olds.
I'm telling on it.
I'm too old to argue with 4-year-olds. 4-year-olds just be honey, I'm gonna let the 4-year-old do that by themselves. So I know who to argue with and who not to argue with, and I don't argue with 4-year-olds. Sorry, Mo. But maybe if you get Larry and Curly, y'all might be able to stand a chance.
Did you just call the man the Three Stooges?
Only one of the three. He gotta go get Curly and Larry.
So he the lesser of the Three Stooges. What you saying?
Now you said that. I just said he was.
Okay. We talking about just my Mo got to come in here and defend himself though, man. Mo got to come on in here and defend himself. Mo, where you at, man? She talking about
4-year-olds don't wake up this early. He'll be on after 8.
Wow.
It's too early for babies to be up. They like to sleep late, so he'll be on about 8:30.
So you were talking about just my imagination, and
running away with me. Oh,
woo! Well, I hit that note there. I hit that note there. I ain't gonna do that. I ain't gonna do that.
You ain't gonna be able to do it again either. Don't do it. Don't try it no more. Don't hurt yourself, sir.
I thought that was Toya.
Oh Lord, look at no. I can't. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I can't do it like Toya did. I can't do it like she did. She got a little more skill.
I can't do that note.
So y'all want me to do it again? What you saying? You want me to do it again?
Good. We okay.
Oh, okay. Just
Okay.
wanted to make sure I was
Hey,
clear.
Talia.
You got to let him buy tickets to hear that sound again.
You can't mute
Yes,
his
chocolate
phone.
drop.
Oh,
We
She
can't
called
use his butt.
she called you a chocolate drop. That's a
That's
drop.
what he is.
That's a drop of chocolate.
That's what it is. He a chocolate drop with a little bit of coconut spring on top.
Oh, look at the see a little cocoa on the top. Look,
Coconut.
cray. Is that cray? Is that cray or what we talking about? Coconut
No,
or cray?
Gray.
Oh, I thought you said cray. I thought you said cray. Okay, I'm
No.
sorry.
I'm crazy enough for everybody on this line, honey. Y'all okay?
Oh, okay. Well, thank you for relieving us
Of
of
course, no
that
problem.
duty.
Anytime.
But just my imagination. Talking about just my imagination. A lot of times, even in that song, he said it was just my imagination running away with me. She don't even know. I hit him painted this whole picture of being in love with this girl, and they having this moment. But he said at the end of the song, he bring reality to say she don't even know that I exist.
Mm-hmm.
How
And
many
he ain't
times?
said nothing.
Mm-hmm, exactly. How many times in life do we fabricate the truth? Do our imagination take over on us, and we think that's a falsehood is a reality? When
All the time. We got ourselves every day. Especially when we talk about what we can't do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is the thing that get me with black people. We always gotta wait for something because we ain't got something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no, I can't do this because I ain't got. Oh no, I can't do this because we ain't had. Oh no, honey, black folks ain't never had nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Never. They ain't never let us have nothing.
Mm-hmm.
We always had to make something out of nothing. So you fooling yourself walking around here talking about what you can't do.
Mm-hmm.
You're trapped.
Mm-hmm.
You're living in a dream world. You got eyes, you got legs, you got hands, you got arms. Yeah, so what you mean what you can't do? Oh, well, I'm homeless. I ain't got help. Well, if you're homeless, you ain't got nothing to lose.
Mm-hmm.
What you got to lose? Nothing. You ain't got no rent to pay. What? So, no, a lot of us are living in fairy tale land, especially when it comes to doing what's best for ourselves. It's always an excuse. I can't stop working for the white man, but I can't start no business because I ain't got enough. Now, you don't want to sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
We lie to ourselves every day. It's a part of a figment of our imagination every day in some shape, form, or fashion. Whether it's relationships. Let's talk about these men for a second. You think it's okay for you to go down, put your Peter Whacker all everywhere, and have little Peter Whacker seeds sprouting up, and you think you a good man?
Little Peter
And you
Whacker
think you a
seed.
good man? Yeah, your little Peter Whacker seeds.
Mm-hmm.
And you think you a good man, and you tell yourself you a good man too. And you want to be treated like everybody else. Yeah. You God don't even like that, first of all.
Mm-hmm.
He don't even like a man that don't take care of his kids.
Yeah.
First of all. He don't like a man that don't hold his family down. And you want to walk around here and say, oh no, I'm a good person. No, you're not.
Mm-hmm.
No, you're not.
Mm-hmm.
You're imagining things, thinking that it's okay to run around, sleep with, abuse women, make babies, and go away, and don't get up and do anything for yourself, man. Then you think you're gonna come over here talking about you're supposed to be submissive to me, boy. You better go submit a essay somewhere. What you mean? You don't even take care of your own business. You think you're gonna come over here and dictate mine? No. La La Land. You are on Sesame Street, and Mr. Snuffleupagus and all his friends is there. Because no, so many people are so Snuffleupagus. Yeah, that's Hey Bird.
I know what you're talking about.
So many people want you to continue to sugarcoat their ways, and I'm just not doing it. So yes, there's a lot of days, a lot of people are walking around here. I don't know what world they're in, but they're not in the right one, and they want you to play along with their rules. So nope, don't do it. Call people out so they can stop having imaginary situations that they can bring back up on you 5 years later, and then don't have no remembrance of the truth.
Wow, no remembrance of the truth. Deal with that for a second. Deal with that. Just my imagination running away with me. Woo! Let's see how good it go. Mo, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Hello, good morning. I'm sorry for tuning in late, getting up and started in the morning. I see Toya's fired up. I just came on and heard her.
Yeah, it's okay. 4-year-olds are not up this early. We let y'all sleep in. We let babies sleep in, Mo, because we already know that we're gonna have a fun-filled day. So we let y'all sleep in late as possible.
I don't sleep in now. I'm up and doing stuff. I was up at 5 writing.
Oh Lord, he wanted them 4-year-olds. Oh
Lord. I'm 4 times 10 and then some more.
Good day.
But
Mo, we're talking about just my imagination, and even in the song, it was just my imagination. He painted a very valid picture. He painted a very valid picture of a relationship that in the end of the song, he said that she don't even know that I exist. It's not reality. Is it live or is it Memorex? And I asked the question, how often is it that we let our imagination take advantage, take over us, and what we think is not real? Is it live or is it Memorex? How often do we use that? This guy, like I said, he had a relationship that didn't exist. Go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, it's called mental masturbation. Plain and simple. If you're doing something and producing nothing, then it's not worth it. You know, my one of my mentors is blues musician Bobby Rush, and one thing he says, because he got more, but I transpose it and say there's just one thing that make me happy. I only got 2 little boys, and they both call me daddy. And I take care of them, and I ain't studying you. So just like you were talking about the fig tree yesterday and why Jesus cursed the fig tree. If you're there, if you're supposed to be produced, if God has given you everything and you don't do anything with it, that's you and that's your imagination. You can be in full bloom, but if you ain't got no figs on your tree, you ain't producing nothing. For you, for anybody, the seeds can't go forth and everything else. And it's not only for men, it's for women too. So there's a friend of mine that I'm just speaking with, but she has 9 children. And but she's been married twice. But she is there and she takes care of her. I called her, that's your rifle platoon right there, your rifle squad. Anybody mess with you, they got a whole bunch of things coming. You know, a whole set of kids that are grown and adults and others that she's still raising up. So yeah, if you're not producing anything, it's your imagination. You know, it's not just my imagination. It's just like TLC, don't go chasing waterfalls. It's like don't let the green grass fool you. So it's a constant theme within us as human beings, with us as men and women, about what we're doing with our life. Are we doing anything fruitful with our life? We go back to my favorite TV show, Star Trek, Live Long and Prosper, and the other is Peace and Long Life. So you can definitely live in a fantasy world and not produce, but the thing that matters is, who are those people around you to allow the fantasy to keep happening for whatever reason?
Am I my brother's keeper?
That's a good question. You know, morally, spiritually, of course you are. But can you interact with your brother to make them do the right thing? No, you can't, because people have free will, free choice, and are able to do things that they were given the power to do upon this planet. Each of us have the power, well, some of us, but we ultimately have the power to make life, and unfortunately the power to take life, either by our own hands or through the state. When you're sitting on a jury and you're deciding a person's life, and that interrupts whatever dream and imagination they may be having right now, when reality hits you smack dab in the face. And believe me, you have these people who are dreaming, even Stevie Wonder and Higher Ground. Teachers, keep on teaching. Dreamers, keep on dreaming. You know, but you've got to wake up at some point. And in that refrain, it says, "I'm so glad he let me try."
Hold on. What you're saying right there, that's the part right there. That's the part right there. Got to wake up. That's the part that scares a lot of people, that waking up and having to deal with the reality of the situation. You got a couple other seconds before your 3 minutes up, brother.
Oh, just I'm so glad he let me try it again, because the last time around I lived the whole world of sin. I'm so happy that he let me do it again, because I'm going to keep on reach until I reach a higher ground. I'm not reading that. It's just one of my favorite songs. Reaching that higher ground is what's important.
Good deal. Good deal. Cassandra, good morning, young lady. How you doing this morning?
Good morning.
Cassandra, we're talking about just my imagination. And you know the song. I know you know the song very well. Probably singing it right now in your mind. But he say in that song that, you know, he's having a relationship with this lady, but in reality, she doesn't even know that I exist. He's fabricated this whole thing, relationship in his mind. And like I said earlier, is it live or is it Memorex? And so I asked the question, how often is it that we do things like that? We create something within our own minds that's not really real.
So we do it often. We can do it often. You know, whether it's in a relationship, whether it's, you know, about our health. I mean, it is so many different ways that we pretend like things aren't real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or that they are real and they're not. Like, you know, hey, I'm good. You know, it doesn't matter what anybody says. I'm good. I'm good. And you're having symptoms of something. You know what I'm saying? And you just want it not to be so. So you think if you say it ain't so enough times, which, I mean, that's a faith move, but it's also a silly move, because people have died.
Yeah.
Because they pretended like, you know, everything was everything. And in relationships, we definitely do it. And women have a way of doing it, I think, a little bit more than men, because we operate so much in our emotions that we see stuff sometimes that's not there.
Wow.
We do. I mean, I'm just talking. Like I said, I deal with women. I've dealt with women in ministry almost 40 years, and I've seen it over and over again, that they're doing everything in their power to, you know, say, you know, I love him, and I see that he's gonna love me too. But it never comes, you know, because you one place in your imagination and he's somewhere in reality. I'm just saying.
Exactly. Wow. Is that, and Cassandra, I'm gonna ask you this question off of what you just said. Could someone deem that or view that as setting themselves up for a drive-by?
Oh, absolutely. Because if you're seeing something and feeling something that the other person isn't, when reality hits you, it's devastating. It's devastating. You know? Yeah.
Wow. 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. You're listening to DK Media Group and Associates, and this is The Morning Glow. This is The Morning Glow, here every day, Monday through Friday, from 7 o'clock until 10 o'clock a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you continue to join us, share the broadcast. If you're on YouTube or places like that and you can subscribe, please do so. Please do so as well. Ryan, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning?
Doing good, man. How you doing?
Hey, doing good. Ryan, we're talking about Just My Imagination. That song, you know the song, Just My Imagination, once again. Woo-hoo. That song, that one right there. You know, they tried to do it like that, but they couldn't do it. They did the best they could. Don't blame them. But my thing is this: even in that song, he says that the relationship that he's talking about, that he's singing about, really don't exist. Really doesn't exist at all. She don't even know that she don't even know that I exist, is what he says in the song. How often is that we set ourselves up for situations like that, and we think in our minds, in our imagination, that it's real, but it's Memorex. It's not live, it's Memorex. How often do we do that?
Oh, what a Way Out Wednesday question.
Come on.
Uh, I don't really know how to wrap my mind around that. He dreaming about being with that girl, right?
Yes.
Basically.
Oh, he sang a whole song. He sang a whole song. Want to hear about it? Here you go. He sang a whole song about it.
Well, hear about it. Here you go. I remember that. But I mean, we all have dreams, right?
Yes.
Aspirations, but when you start putting it on wax, tell a story about it a little different. You might have to go see Cassandra or Navy or somebody. But I mean, I got dreams, man. I play stuff in my head all the time.
But
what if I do this?
But do you have a way of separating it though?
Of course, absolutely. There is a definition of reality and fantasy. I mean, and fantasy can be taken all kinds of ways, but I tend to live in the here and now and kind of, instead of put myself in a fantasy scenario, think about ways to change my life for the better. And I kind of like map it out in my head. How can I do this? Or what if I change this? What if I do that? I don't make no songs about it, but I might give it a try. Tell you about it sometime. See if it helped me out.
Exactly. But see, my thing is this, right? Is that healthy? Is that healthy to do that?
Sure. It gives you I guess it's like an escape almost from the not just reality. I guess it could be. It can go all kinds of ways, is what I'm saying. It could be reality, could be just escape from your day to day, your mundane and wishful thinking. Like if we stay confined in a box and just keep doing the same things over and over again and never wish or hope for something better, nothing's going to change.
I guess, brother, because Tucson, let me say this right here, Tucson. You go to that girl house and walk on in there and sit at the kitchen table talking about, honey, I'm home, and she don't even know that you exist. Tucson, you're gonna have some problems.
That's different, bro.
You're gonna have some problems. You know, escape from reality. No, reality gonna slap you behind in the face real hard.
That's different.
Tucson, talk to me.
Well, I thought about something when y'all
I know that's different, right?
You say that. Yeah, it is. But here's the deal. Some people say, just tell me the truth. You don't want to know the truth.
Yeah.
You really don't want to know. I hear some people say, if you don't want me, just let me go. And when you let go, you've got to feel the woman's scorn. How about that?
Now hold on.
How about that for imagination?
Let's keep this thing above ground now. Sometimes men say the same thing, man. The woman put them latches in them, boy.
Same thing. Remember, it's a man's song, ain't it?
Yes, it is. Yes,
it is. Got a high, keen voice. Ain't that amazing?
Lord.
That's another story.
Yeah, totally is.
Totally. You be the. You know what a bust your bubble? Anybody's bubble. And I don't mean any harm, because we see it every day. It's okay if Jody takes your girl and gone. But when it's Jane, you didn't see that coming. Just my imagination
once again
running away with me. It was just my imagination, and you didn't know he likes a man.
Lord.
Now you open the door, lady, and he in the bed with your cousin.
Good Lord.
And your cousin named Bobby.
Bobby! What you doing, Bobby?
Bobby! Ooh, wait a minute.
Uh-oh. He ready to go somewhere, Cassandra.
Where we going here? Where are we going here? Now you found out that the love of your life is on the down low. Just my imagination.
No, that's a shot.
They do it right now. Download Men and Women.
That's
I'm just,
like,
you know,
that's like,
hey, it don't have to be right because it's all wrong. Because we talking about imaginations.
Yeah, exactly.
And when the it ain't no fun when the rabbit got the gun.
I don't think it's the gun.
Now the tables been turned.
I don't think it's the gun that's the problem this time. I don't think it's the gun.
You thought you had a queen, and you got Delilah. Samson.
Wow. Boy, y'all turning some corners this morning.
Before you get comfortable on that lap, she didn't cut your hair and all your strength going. The Philistines upon you.
Destruction is among us. Toya with a T talk.
And
that's what you get.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Tucson. You about to say something? You say and what?
No. And you think you still got your strength, and it's gone.
That's a beat down right there. That's a beat down. Toya with a T talk to me, sis.
Now you gotta commit suicide.
Well, I was getting ready to say that. We know how the end of the story ended on that, don't we? That's what you get for not seeing clearly, for not praying for God to protect your steps. You got what they call that? Hornswoggled. You got tricked. Bamboozled your own self because you didn't see the right thing in the right one. Because your imagination got the best of you. Because what you thought, who you thought you could trust. Come on now. He said that's what you get, Samson. Because you know what? And when they put it, you know, I make it my intention to be a hell of a woman for a reason. But I still know what God said a man's supposed to be. And I know that the one thing that get us in trouble with the men's that is supposed to be the leads and supposed to be the heads and supposed to be the first and supposed to be the that. Y'all don't listen.
Listen.
Don't listen to the Lord. You know what you're supposed to be doing. You ain't gonna do it. You're gonna listen to the woman, and then here we go. We here because we don't like to listen to the Lord. And not only do we not like to listen to the Lord, we come and we tempt the head, the creator that he made it. And dag nabbit, the only one that been able to do the right thing is Jesus. The only one been able to do the right thing. This is the only thing we got to do the right thing. I'm trying to do the right thing, y'all. Forget, it's been too long. No, it ain't. You're still here, aren't you?
Yeah.
We don't want to listen. And sometimes, you know, I had a conversation about that on suicide because Jesus sin didn't die for Samson's too. He's still in hell. I can't believe that. I can't believe it. I can't believe he's still there. I can't believe Samson is in hell. And it was undone through Jesus. But regardless of what, because I know that I'm not condemned to that place because of my actions, that's why I get up every day and try to do the right thing. I try not to be a Delilah. Try not to be an Eve, I'm telling. I try not to be living in no imaginary worlds, making stuff fit the way I want it to fit because I'm not listening. And when I'm not listening to what God said, it's touching the apple. And then when I go and tempt y'all and you fall for it, it shifts the entire universe. And we just don't get it.
Wow.
I'm just saying, when it comes to us, we allow ourselves to be manipulated. We allow ourselves to see things through a rose lens, and we allow ourselves to take them off. It's up to us. But at the end of the day, I still fall back on this. God, if your steps are guarded and protected, that means I'm supposed to be here. The only thing I need is your grace and mercy to not let this allow me to feel used, even though I was used. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, man. Keep using your imaginations if you want to, because I'm like the turtle trying to get to the finish line.
One step at a time. One step at a time. That's how you do it. How do they say, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. Curtis, good morning, sir. How you doing this morning? Curtis, you there?
Hold on, the mute button went in. Hold on, give me a second.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Cassandra, talk to me. Cassandra, you there? They can't.
They mute buttons winning.
I don't know if they go. I don't know if they can hear me over there on that side, on the telephone line side. Toussaint, are you there?
What?
Toussaint, you there? I don't know what they're doing on that side over there. Mo, talk to me while we figure out this phone line situation.
Yeah, life is an illusion, and yet it's a saying in Buddhism about the death of self.
Mm-hmm.
Once you realize that it's not about you, that it's about the universe. Death is illusion. Life exists. When life ends, death does not occur. We're transformed. But even within our life, we have to realize what is real and what is not. And even with everything we're going through, it's a real thing when the illusion is there.
Mm-hmm.
And we have to be able to stop the illusion.
How do we do that? How do we do that? Okay, we getting some fun.
I'm sorry about that. Like I said, I handle things with my kids. Can you repeat what you asked me?
How you say we have to? You say we got to get to a solution. I say, how do we get to that solution? How do we fix that?
Well, you fix that by turning within yourself and realizing what is an illusion and what is reality.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Starting from the beginning of just my imagination, this is just my illusion in life.
Mm-hmm.
And that illusion in life is centered upon yourself. Going back to it within chat, I had just posted the first few verses with the girl from Ipanema. Tall and tan and young and lovely, the girl from Ipanema goes walking. But he has never talked to her as she passes by. He never talks to her. It's just a dream he has in his mind that this is the one for him. By Juan Jobim, Juan Carlos Jobim, the artist who brought the samba, everything across the world. You have to. I'm sorry. There's a lot of background noise.
Yeah, that was me getting the phone lines back up. That was me. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
So it's realizing it's called ego death.
Mm-hmm.
The death of ego, the death of thinking that you are the center of everything. Yeah. That no one revolves around you. There's a real funny story. When I lived in Snellville, I was driving down Lenore Church Road, and there were these cars, a car in front of me, and this guy was holding up the whole line of traffic, and people were beeping and stuff. Don't you know he stopped his car and yelled out his window, "I'm on the phone."
Mm.
Okay.
Wow.
He's in his car holding up traffic because he believes that there's no world around him but him on the phone at that time. When you're driving down the road and everything else, there are people in their bubble thinking that that's their world at that time. That they could be on the phone and hold up traffic and hold up everybody's life. That's ego.
Mm-hmm.
That's ego.
Exactly.
Nothing told, he could have pulled to the side and continued his call, but he brought everybody in it. I'm on the phone.
No. He didn't want to be late where he was going now. He didn't want to be late. So he multitasking.
Multi-dreaming.
Multitasking. Let me try these. Exactly. Let me go back to the phone line. See, Toussaint, are you there, brother? Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Good deal.
We hear back. Got this answer line. Yes, sir.
Yes, good. Talk to me, brother. What's on your heart?
Sometimes, You know, we give the best advice in the world, but we don't listen to our own advice. We point out things in other folks' lives when we got the same thing going on in ours. I think that when we were commanded or told or suggested, however you want to put it, to go and make disciples, we made a bunch of scribes and Pharisees, judgmental people that criticize other folks in the name of the Lord, and our lives jacked up. It's just my imagination running away with me. And so when we stand before our Creator, we get before Him and we start boasting and bragging about how we have cast out demons in His name. Lord have mercy. But the response comes up and He says, I made you, but I don't even know you.
Who are you?
Who told you I called you? Where you get that information from? It's kind of like, and I know we was talking about relationships and all this, but this is a gospel station, so I got to touch bases with it every once in a while at least. Because we jack folks' lives up.
Yes.
And we cause people to feel like their lives are jacked up worse than ours are. And we ain't going to lift a finger to help them. Because all we doing is pointing them out to keep everybody else's mind off of us. How about that? For imagination.
Wow. That's it. Ryan, talk to me, brother. What is that for imagination? Just my imagination. Talk to me.
I'm gonna stay where I'm at. I feel like having imagination is a good thing. If we didn't have imagination, a good percentage of the things that we have in this world wouldn't exist. If somebody dreamed it up first, or it was given to them. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I need you to make this.
See, you got to understand. I agree with you on that 100%. But I think we're talking about a different form of imagination, because using that song as a reference, he had his whole relationship with this woman. There was love.
So
he was gonna get married. He was gonna do all these different things, and then at the end of the song, the reality set in. He said, "You know what? She don't even know that I exist." Now that's not a good, that's not a good imagine. That part is not a good imagination, because of the fact that if he go to the house tomorrow, baby, make me a plate, and she only know you as in, who are you? Clink clink.
So you talking about stalkers, rapists, and creepers?
They could be all of those. They could be all of the above. They could be all of the above.
Okay. Well,
You talking about,
I gotta
he done been in the whole situation. I wrote a whole song talking about this woman, how much they in love, how much they're gonna get married, and how beautiful the relationship is, but she don't even know he exists. So what is he doing in his mind? What
fantasizing.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess I gotta switch gears. I thought we was going a little deeper than some creepers.
we talking about we're gonna go deeper. I got another subject we want to talk about after this one. That's gonna take
illusion and delusion.
Gonna take you to that deep water that we're talking about. Go ahead, Ryan.
Yeah, those are the type of folk that get shot. That's just being real. You start fantasizing about somebody, and then you roll up to the wrong person's crib. That's it for you. Your fantasy over.
Yeah.
Or you, like you said, sit down at the dinner table. What's up, baby? Who is you? Calling in the police.
I had a long dinner day, baby. What for dinner, baby? What for dinner?
You're gonna be asking that CO what's for dinner in a minute. It's finna be going to jail.
See, and that's that part right there, man, because a lot of times people build these things up in their minds, and sometimes, truth, I'm gonna go to Cassandra on this one right here, because sometimes they can't help it. Sometimes it's a mental issue, and you got to understand too that sometimes it's a mental issue, and you say that that person cray. No, that person has some mental issues that need to be dealt with. And unless or until they're dealt with in an appropriate way, we make fun of it, we make light of it, but in some people's lives, it's reality. It really is reality. Cassandra, what do you say to that?
Yeah, unfortunately, if you're talking from that side, mental illness, is real. And some people, live in that place. I think somebody may have said that their reality is they live in fantasy land. I'm dealing with a situation with a friend of mine right now. Her son is dealing with mental health, and he was sending me and her pictures of body parts cut off, and he said that me and her were conspiring against him. And it's just, it's sad. But they live in that imaginary place that we just talk about. They live there.
Yeah.
So of course, we're praying that he'll, get a breakthrough out of this thing and come back to himself. Because sometimes he'll, like after he did that, after he, pretty much threatened us with death, he hit me up and say, "I still love you, Auntie." I'm like, "I love you too." You know what I'm saying? So yeah, some things that seem imaginary to us, they're real to some people in the world that they live in.
Yeah, exactly. And is it live? Is it memory? Sometimes you have to ask that question, man, and so you have to deal with that question on a different level when you're dealing with different people, based on where they are and how they're dealing with this thing called life, man. Sometimes mental issues, and I'm not gonna say sometimes, but mental issues are real. Mental situations are real, and so because of the fact that we don't see it the way that they see it, don't mean that they're seeing it wrong. They're seeing it the way that they see it through their eyes and through their existence. And so we have to sometimes step back and say, hold on. Something ain't right with this. Something ain't right with this. Why is it that you think you have a relationship with Brenda? Why do you think does Brenda even, and you just say she don't even know that you exist? Let's talk about that for a second. You say you're in a relationship, y'all about to get married, y'all in love and all this stuff, but she don't know you exist. Please explain that part to me, Mo. And if you deal with it in that way, and can it? My question is, can they really deal with when the reality really sets in? What are you doing? What are you doing to them?
Are you talking to me?
Yes, I am.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I'm going to share something. Because I'm dealing with that right now. I have two twin boys, one high functioning autistic, one ADHD. Mama died in 2021 from COVID and cancer, and major organ failure. But my son, just even though I put him on the right path, he just wanted to do his own thing and thinking that I didn't love him and everything else. But he got involved, because of what he was doing. The criminal, police had to get involved, and he's right now in the Fulton County Jail for breaking a TPO, a temporary protective order. And during that time he was with me, I gave him all the love. He could wake up, the refrigerator was full of food. Dad was here, give him his medicine. But I told him, there's some things Dad can't protect you from. But yet he still did what he wanted to do, despite the corrections and the path that I tried to put him upon. And now he's suffering with that. And I had to, go to court, appear in court and everything and deal with that. And all of that, I said that this is a mental health issue. This is a mental health crisis that happens, when kids are in the ages between 16 through 19. That's when the military wants you. if you don't have a diagnosis at that time, because they can mold your mind and put you on a particular path. And so it was difficult dealing with his imagination of what he thought was, you know, like, I ain't getting this, I ain't getting that. But now he's in a situation where he ain't getting nothing but what the state gives to him, what the Fulton County gives to him. He ain't committing no violence against any other people, but he did it against his true family. You know, it's crazy what's been going on with that, and it reminded me of people, the difference between apostles and disciples. You know, apostles are those who dealt directly with Jesus. The Apostles' Creed, we generally know what the Apostles' Creed is. And then there are disciples, those who have not met Christ, but happened to his message. And you go to Holy Roller churches like in Columbus, Georgia, and I'm going to be specific about that city, that people put on apostle this, apostle that, bishop this, bishop that. A bishop is a person who holds multi-jurisdictions over churches.
30 seconds, brother.
Oh, that's all I got to say.
Okay, good deal, good deal. Let's keep this thing going. Toya with a T, what's on your heart? Since we're going to change this topic in a second or two and go to something a little differently. But Toya, what's on your heart?
Are we on the same thing?
Yes.
Oh no, there's nothing else to say. It is what it is.
We talk about the mental illness side of it now, because if this individual has made a whole song about the young lady, and then at the end of the song he said, but you know what? She don't even know that I exist. Now y'all in love. Y'all about to get married. Y'all in this beautiful relationship. You painted this beautiful, amazing picture. But then you say that she don't even know that you exist. That's a mental illness situation. And so, Toya, how do you deal with that? How do you tell this person that, no, it's memories. It's not reality. It's not live. It's Memorex. She don't even know that you exist. Explain that to me. How do y'all have that beautiful relationship? And what would that do to that person? Because in their mind, it's real.
Right. You know, so again, there's levels to this imaginary stuff. And when there's levels to it, you have to handle it accordingly. Right? Like, so when you talking metaphorically as far as a song, I mean, I'm watching you from across the way. I haven't even met you yet, and I love you, and I want to get you, and I don't even know you like that. You don't even know me, but I'm finna pull up on you. You know what I mean? But if we're talking from a stalker aspect, where you standing from the sidelines watching, obsession, possession, you know what I'm saying? Then yeah, that's a mental issue. And I don't have that problem. I just need y'all to know that. Because I make it very clear that I'm crazy first. So I don't have that problem. But for the ones that do, I mean, you have to handle it accordingly. What you got to do, you got to get your dad and your brothers. You got to get your moms and your sister. You got to get the Dorothy's involved, because we don't play games with mental illnesses. Because one thing you can't dictate is you cannot dictate what I'm going to do. You can't dictate how that's going to send me off one day, because 9 times out of 10, the person don't even know that it was going to send them there and trigger it there, because they be like, I don't know what happened. I just blacked out.
Oh, man.
So,
Raheem, I need to share.
No, don't do that. Let them finish their thought. We'll come back to you, brother. Don't do that. Go ahead, Toya.
At the end of the day, when it comes to maneuvering around different people, we all got different capacities of mental issues. We all got different things that we feel strongly in. And when you see certain things, that's what happened when your mama don't check you when you're a child. That's what happened when your mama don't tell you, no, you can't get everything you want. And then when you don't get what you want, you go to having fits and carrying on and hitting folks and carrying on, and you just can't control yourself, and you got yourself in a situation because nobody taught you self-control. They was steady running from 1 to 7, trying to cater to you, instead of teach you the reality of what's going on. Whether they locked you in a closet for 7 years and you got out and you got help, but when you get in a relationship now you got other issues. And now you're possessive because you was locked in a closet for 7 years. And now you found somebody that don't want to hurt you. Now you all clingy and stuff. No, all that takes a considerate amount of self-control. And at the end of the day, when it comes to the mental, We know how crazy we are. And for those of us that don't need to be locked up somewhere, but it's all about self-control. And if you notice that person doesn't have it around you, you need to handle it accordingly, whatever you think the best thing to do, including involving authorities.
Exactly. We're going to change this topic in a second too, but I got to go to Curtis because I tried to go to Curtis earlier, but I wasn't able to get him. Curtis, are you back with us, brother?
Yeah, I ain't never left, man. Your system went down.
Yeah, that's what it was.
I ain't never went nowhere.
Well, you did hang up, man. Stop that, man. You stopped that mess. You did hang up, man. You had to call back. Don't start that, man. No, but seriously, what what do you say about this? We talking about just my imagination, man. You silly, man. I ain't fooling with you, man. Just my imagination. And this person, man, has drew this whole picture up, man. Each day through my window, I watch her as she passes by. I say to each day passes, I watch her, she passes. I say to myself, you're such a lucky guy. To have a girl like her is truly a dream come true. Out of all the fellows in the world, she belongs to me. But it was just my imagination. And then they go on to talk about how they're gonna get married and have 2 children, maybe 3, but she don't even know that he exists. At the end of the song, he say, but she don't even know that I exist. Curtis, what is this, man? Is it live or is it Memorex, man? Is this person just that delusional? And if so, how dangerous could it be?
I really don't know. Well, I really don't know. It could be very dangerous. But I'm gonna err on the side of positive thought. Because it's crazy that you're talking about that song, and I like to give props where props is due. The late great Shakespeare actually wrote a play that you could. I used to listen to the song sometimes before I went to rehearsal. Shakespeare wrote a play called Twelfth Night. It's a comedy, but it kind of dives into that realm of reality of what love could possibly make you do. It dives into the thought process of the power that love can have over a man. That would make him fall in love not with the physical look of the woman, but the principles of the woman.
Mm-hmm.
To later find out that she wasn't as beautiful as love would have him believe.
Mm-hmm.
It's a deep song that's on so many levels, but if you don't really possess the ability to exist in the world of what if,
mm-hmm.
or in the world of possibility, because if you really listen, when you really listen to the song, it's like, wow, like this woman that he's talking about is the stellar woman. Like everything about her truly attracts every instinct that this man has.
Mm-hmm. Wow. 30 seconds.
It's the same situation in 12th Night.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Is that he's so in love with her principles that he literally creates this image of what she looks like, and he totally goes to the point that he wants to marry this woman and have never ever laid eyes on her.
Mm-hmm.
No matter how much she rejects his callings, it makes him love her more.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Anybody have anything else they want to say on this particular topic before we move on?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
It's called cognitive dissonance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it's a psychological term. That's being, it is a behavior where, despite the situation of reality, you recreate the reality and you suffer a mental toll. When my son had his episode that, for me right now, I can't get through my front door because he tried to kick in my front door. And I'm holding in my hands right now the tumbler and key lock from where he kicked it so hard. He doesn't even remember doing that. Okay, so it's real for me. Mental health is real when you go into that, and believe me, you can't beat it out of a person. You can't say, "Oh, you needed to hit him. You needed to set him straight." At an early age, that would put you in jail today. You can pick, I remember when I was growing up, and I don't know, Raheen, I may be a strange person, but I remember when I had to pick my switch out. Go to the bush, get me a switch, and come back. Not many people know about that. Or maybe they do.
Oh, yeah.
And it better not to be a small one. To get your licks and everything else. You can't do that anymore without going to jail. And even police officers are, it was funny meeting some cops who are like, well, hell, my grandma told me to get my own switch and everything. But it's cognitive dissonance. Just like people, it is until they get to that point, but it's mental health. And you have to step outside of what you think is mental health, what you think is right.
Yeah.
And realize that you're wrong. That was one path you went down that may not have been the path you needed to go down.
Exactly.
That's all I have to say.
Good deal. 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. Give us a call. We'd love to have your input on the topics we're going to talk about this morning. You're listening to DKM Media Group and Associates, and this is The Morning Glow, here every day, 7 o'clock a.m. until 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you join us, share the broadcast. Cassandra,
Yes,
got a question for you. What open and honest as can be, as open and honest that it can be, what are some of the conversations that a group of men and a group of women really need to have with each other? I don't care, black, white, orange, polka dot, or stripe, but a conversation that men and women need to have amongst each other and be as open and honest and candid as they can.
Sex.
Wow.
About sex.
Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, because for some reason, not for everybody, there seems to be a huge disconnect in this time that we're living in between, I don't know, men's commitment. I've said this over the last 6 or 9 months. I've said this to you at different times. I have women that I'm counseling that their husband literally do not want to have sex at all. At all, in a marriage, at all. And I'm talking, these are multiple women, not 1 or 2 or 3 or 4, multiple. And they're older men, let's say 40 and up, age men. But people don't understand what that does to a relationship. And if it's health, then let's go and get help. If it's mental, then let's go and get help. If you want to try something different, then let's talk about what you want to try, as long as it ain't nothing too crazy. Like, I can't hang from a chandelier. My weight ain't gonna let me get up there and hang from the chandelier and all that, too much. No. And well, we go there, but yeah. Wow. It's just, you have to have the conversation. You just can't stop having sex and expect your wife to be okay.
Yeah.
What the heck? You know what I'm saying? You're not giving me any explanation. So then now let's go back to your imagination. Now you got my imagination running all over the place, and I may be dead wrong.
Exactly. Wow. That's good. That's good. Sex is a huge one. Sex is a huge one. I wonder what would make a person, unless it's a physical ailment. If it's a physical ailment, I can understand that. But if there's no physical ailments there, what would make a person just want to stop having sex with the person that they're married to? I don't understand that. Cassandra?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't.
I mean, Raheem, I don't know. There may be, because I've heard people say that maybe it's a mental thing going on at that point with the age of the person. But I don't. It's okay if you're going through changes. We all go through changes, but don't shut me out.
Yeah.
I guess that's you know what I'm saying. Don't just leave me out there with my imagination. And I'm trying to talk to you, and you don't want to give me any kind of explanation.
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
Yeah.
No, it's not fair to the other person.
At all. Toussaint, talk to me, man. What are one of the open and honest conversations? What are one of the open and honest conversations that a group of men and a group of women in the room together need to have?
About open and honest conversation.
Huh?
About open and honest conversation. That's the conversation they need to have. Because you talking about being intimate and you ain't talked to a real conversation in months.
Wow.
Matter of fact, you ain't had a real conversation till y'all stopped dating and got married. How about that? You found out that you not as happy as you were after the wedding. And you didn't talk about it yet. Y'all been together for 2 years. You're just not happy. And you won't say it. Because somebody said, if you're not happy, just tell me. And then you say, well, look, we have a communication problem where you just don't talk. And you just don't say, what? Let me say something right here.
Go ahead, say it.
God. There's a thing going on. There ain't nothing wrong with being spiritual. Okay? There's nothing wrong with being spiritual. But you got to be human sometimes in order to keep a relationship going.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Say it.
Amazing grace ain't gonna happen when the lights turned up. Oh, let's pray about it. No, I don't want to pray. I can't say it like that. Yeah, I'm gonna say it a different way. I don't want to pray. I'm horny.
I want some touching. I want some.
People don't have conversations.
Yeah.
People don't have no conversations too much no more because you got one halfway in the church and the other one all the way in, or you come home talking about how great your pastor is, and your husband can't stand it because he's a cook.
Wow.
And y'all ain't had that conversation yet, and you just steady rolling, mighty woman, mighty man of God. You keep praying and you keep fasting and you keep doing it, and you ain't had the first conversation with your companion yet about what you're doing, because you feel like you're doing the Lord's will and you're destroying your home, and you don't even know it. Wow. You ask me.
Yeah.
We wanna. You're talking about, and Cassandra's right. That's good. We want to talk about sex, but sex ain't the problem. The reason why he don't get up or she don't get aroused because y'all don't talk to each other. The most intimate part of a relationship is the conversation you have prior, not during or after.
Say it.
You get up from your little intimate 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 3 minutes thing, and I'm out of time.
I'm gonna come back to you.
Like Willa, you got me.
Yeah, I got you. Toya, you want to talk to me? What are one of the open and honest across the board? What are a conversation that a group of men and a group of women really need to have with each other in order to make it to where they need to get to? What are one of those conversations?
Oh wow, you said the group. I don't know. I think it's who each other are. Like, what's your intentions for long term? Like, I think it's not about sex, because sex is gonna happen, right? But when you start to get on my nerves, I'm just talking about from a woman perspective. When you start to get on my nerves, and I see your irresponsibility, and I see you doing stuff that you're not supposed to do, that's what causes the problem. It ain't about no conversation, because if my conversation is constantly telling you to stop doing some dumb-ish, if my conversation is always around you doing something irresponsible, the conversation is always around you doing something that it just don't look good with what we got going on at this age. That's how the perception of you breaks down, man.
Come on.
That's what I be talking about when I say we be watching you. It's like your kids watch you. You sit up here and tell me don't drink and drive, but you drink and drive. And you think I'm supposed to listen. You tell me to be submissive, but you out here doing all kind of irresponsible, reckless things. You don't know how to think and keep your composure for your own self. But you want me to continue to surrender to that, even if I am irresponsible. That's not the point. Play your role, play your position. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it just is what it is. Again, I got to go back to Jump Street. Everybody got choices and decisions. We are all well aware of what we're doing. Sex is inevitable in a relationship. But to wake up one day and find out y'all were incompatible because you never talked about a future together. Y'all had sex and then it was like, oh, we boyfriend, girlfriend. No, we're not their boyfriend, girlfriend. No, there's a list of things that goes on with it, and when you tolerate it for, like we talking about earlier, letting the imagination get to you because it's because of looks or whatever it is, but you knew you really couldn't deal with that person in the beginning. So now here it is, 5, 7, 8 years later. You tired of trying to keep up the facade. You tired of trying to keep up something that you knew it's not reciprocity. That's why you're working so hard. That's why it's breaking you, because you're so busy trying to hold on to something that's not for you, even though you got it. You know what I mean? So, like, at the end of the day, we have to be honest with who we are as men and women and have a conversation on what we want to have together and make a commitment. Because the thing that makes us last 35 years is the commitment, not the sex. It's the vow we made to each other to make us laugh from death to us part. Not the job we got.
Yeah.
It's sickness and health, because I care about, listen, I can't stomach being intimate with someone and then being angry at you anymore. I can't, we can't be in the same space, because that's confusing my emotions. That's confusing my emotions. So I just stay to myself. I cannot deal with you. And then at the end of the day, we got all these emotions where we don't like each other. And it's, just aggression and, anything more than just having a happy, healthy, caring relationship. Okay. Yeah, you say something stupid, you're going to get checked real quick. But other than that, we going to be back to business on some, you know what I'm saying? Just low drama, you know what I'm saying? Just laid back kind of day. But anything other than that, y'all not equally yoked. So I don't think that our conversations need to be about specifically sex, because like I said, that's inevitable. If you love the person, trust me, you're gonna love the sex.
Exactly.
And heaven, you can even do the extra. But I love him. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, no, you need to be willing to get with somebody and commit. If you're gonna sleep with them, forget the marriage. If you're gonna sleep with someone, in my personal opinion, no, you need to be willing to sit and commit and lay down with that person, because there's nothing more intimate, man. When you think about the action, it's weird. what we do now with each other. There's nothing more than that. And if you're not gonna love me forever,
exactly. 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. Give us a call. Curtis, what do you say? What is one of those conversations, open and honest conversation across the board? I don't care whether you're black, white, orange, polka dot, or lily stripes. What is one of those conversations that a man and a woman, a group of men and women, should have with each other? What do you say to that? Ryan, coming to you next, brother.
I don't know. That's what I say. That I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because look, man. Yeah, I ain't painting no pie in the sky.
Hey,
I'm too old for that.
Mm-hmm.
Situations say that I don't have to do that anymore. Ain't nobody listening to nobody no more, man.
Mm-hmm. So what is that?
Ain't nobody listening with a non-biased. Ain't nobody listening with a non-biased ear.
So what is that? What is that doing to relationships,
though?
What is that doing to relationships if nobody's listening or even having a conversation?
You just talked about it yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
You mentioned it yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
That's why ain't nobody staying together. That's why relationships are so short-lived right now.
Mm-hmm.
If I was to estimate the average lifespan on a relationship in today's world that we in, I'm going to estimate it 6 months. And I might be grossly maximizing the lifespan of relationships today.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't nobody listening. Nobody's listening to anybody anymore. This is just my opinion. Nobody's listening.
Mm-hmm.
Most people, the only feelings that matter is their own.
Mm-hmm.
We live in a society, man, where I'm just gonna say it, man. Narcissism is real.
Yeah,
it's real.
Mm-hmm.
And a larger percentage of the people that is in the society for which we exist, in my opinion, are extremely narcissistic, and don't want to believe it.
Mm.
And some of us hide behind, oh, I'm a person of God, and oh, I'm a believer. Oh, I'm in the pew every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, sometimes on Saturday and Sunday. But what are you doing on Tuesday and Thursday?
Mm-hmm. Mm.
What are you doing on Saturday after you leave the church at 10 a.m.?
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you doing? What are you doing? We live in a society, from what I can tell, we live in a society full of takers. Takers, take, and can
Mm-hmm.
and can justify why they taking,
Mm-hmm. Mm.
but can't justify why they not giving.
Wow. Mm-hmm. Mm.
I'm sorry, man.
So we talking about the leeching mentality.
Go ahead.
We're talking about the leeching mentality.
It's beyond leeching, bro.
Mm.
A leech you can burn off.
Yeah.
A leech, if you put some heat to that butt, he will get off you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
No.
Mm-hmm.
These mugs is leeching to the death.
Wow.
And if they can't leech on you no more, I don't know if you ever paid this attention, but a leech get on you, you put some heat on him, he fall off.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He don't try and come back to you.
Yeah.
These mugs, a leech on you, you burn them off, and then will fight you to get back to you. Or destroy you from getting to anybody else.
Wow.
I'm just saying, man, I'm just gonna land this plane right here because my 3 minutes hit.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't have that kind of faith in humanity anymore. I don't.
Wow. Have we and that's another question. Have we all just given up? Have we all just given up the fight?
I ain't
no, I'm not
I
talking
don't know. I haven't given.
Okay.
Oh, I thought you was asking.
No. I'm just throwing it out there, man. Have we all just given up? Have we all gotten to the point where we're frustrated, tired, and don't feel like fighting no more? Don't feel like fighting no more. Ryan, what do you say to that? What are one of those conversations, man? A room full of men and women, black, white, orange, polka dot, and lily stripe, all of them in there, all nationalities, all races. What are one of the conversations that they really, men and women, really need to have with each other?
You talking like relationship standpoint or just life in general?
Let's deal with relationship standpoint first.
I mean, relationship standpoint, you got to talk about faith, because if you ain't on the same wavelength there, it's not gonna work out. Politics, another one that people don't like to talk about, but you got to. Because if you have two wildly conflicting views, you got someone on the far right, someone on the far left, that's probably going to put a hindrance on that relationship. You got to have some sort of conversation, see where each other's at. You got to talk about all kinds of different things, really, like just life in general. What do you like to do on a daily basis? What you like to do when you're busy, when you're tired?
Yeah.
What you like to do when you don't have nothing to do? Do you have goals, aspirations? What does your life look like 10 years from now? What do you want it to look like 10 years from now? Do you have any dreams? These are all conversations. Sex is its own conversation. You don't even have to talk about sex. You have sex with somebody, you're going to have a conversation whether you like it or not. You go figure out if it's a good conversation or a bad one. That's negligible. That's not even on the topic, really. That's not even on the table for discussion. It just happens.
Yeah.
But you need to know the person that you're engaging with on a deeper level than sex. And if you can't do that, you got no business.
Yeah.
Go back over there in the corner and sing that little song and be by yourself. Because that's what's going to happen to you. That's how it's going to end up for you if you don't have conversation.
Wow. That's good. That's good. Again, 508-924-3521, 508-924-3521. Mo, talk to me, man. What are one of those conversations that men and women should openly have with each other?
Drop the baggage. Drop the choices you've made in relationships in the past that you're going forward in the future with, and you're basing your emotional and mental hurt from what another person did to you, be they male or female, and meet the person at the level that you're at or you claim you're at now without your imagination running away from you. If this is the person you're with, this is the person you want to be with, drop the baggage from other people. Otherwise, you're going to always have a hindrance. Period.
Wow. So drop the baggage. That's one of the conversations that has to happen. Leave everything, walk away from that whatever it is, and let's move forward.
And decide, just like when you're going on a trip, you decide what you're going to pack for that trip. Don't pack the negative, pack the positive, and just be wary. Don't go to Haiti or Dominican Republic and go every which way, and know where you're going forward in your life. Drop the baggage and prepare for the future. That's the biggest thing.
Good deal. Cassandra, what do you say to that? There's a conversation that have to happen. Men and women have to have it in order to move forward. And I say a room full of, now let's go individually. Man and woman, they in the room together. Just those two. Cassandra, what should they be talking about? before they engulf in a relationship or even think about a relationship? What are some of the conversations they should have?
Yeah, you know, what's your love language?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think that's another thing that people, you know, like if I'm a touch person and you're not, we starting off with issues.
Yeah.
Unless you're willing to touch, because you know, and it's, I'm not talking sexual. I'm talking about, I like holding hands.
Mm-hmm.
I like, you know, just hugs. You know, sitting in front of the television and us just holding each other and watching a movie.
Mm-hmm.
Some people, they don't even like that. You know, it's something that simple, like they don't want to hug.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want. You have to. Whatever is happening in the relationship, you might have the best sex life in the world, but if you don't know that person's love language, do I like someone that talks to me?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And you don't ever want to hold a conversation. What is that going to? That's going to be frustrating for both of us.
Yeah.
So I think people need to talk about what is it that you like in a relationship. What makes you feel good? And then I can tell you outside of sex. I can tell you what makes me feel good. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That way you're coming into it knowing, okay, I'm gonna have to step up my talk game.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she likes to, you know, to hold conversation. And I'm not talking about talk. I'm talking about just holding a decent conversation with each other.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You know?
Communicating.
That doesn't cost you anything but your time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I don't know if that makes sense. But
and it does make sense. It really does. And just be honest in the conversation. Just be totally honest. Let's if we're gonna talk, let's really talk. Let's talk about this thing. What is it? What do you say to that, Cassandra? Let's open and honest.
Yeah. I mean, the only way that a conversation is going to benefit a relationship is if people are being open and honest.
Mm-hmm.
If you got a body odor that bothers me, you know, then I need to say something.
Yeah.
If you dress a certain way and it really bothers me that much, then I need to say something.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we got to get to a place where, like you said, we're honest with each other.
Yeah. If you like ketchup and mustard on your grits, let me know. As nasty I think it is. Let me let
Stuff
me
like
know.
that.
Yeah. Let me know, because when you sitting at that table putting ketchup and mustard on your grits, I'm like, oh my God, what is wrong with her? Tucson.
Yeah.
Now it's a man and a woman. They're in their room by themselves, and they say, listen, I want your counsel, whoever it is, say, I want y'all to go in and have open and honest conversation with each other. If y'all love each other, y'all want to move forward with each other, y'all have to be totally honest with each other. Tucson, what are one of the conversations that they should have in that room? It's just those two. And it ain't the conversation ain't leaving that room. What should they talk about, Tucson?
Okay, I wrote it down.
Uh-oh.
So I can remember what you said. How did we get here?
Mm-hmm.
In life as a whole, physically, mentally, emotional, spiritual. Talk about the home. Talk about how your finances and your job is going. If you got children, let's talk about family. Let's talk about that. Let's sit down at the table and figure out if mom or dad or if you don't want to talk about that because they kept their relationships together. If they stuck together no matter what, if and a but, raised you well, raised your kids well, and they had a good life. They may not have much, but they stuck together. Why did they do good and we can't get it together?
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about that. How about that?
Yeah.
For a conversation. Let's not worry about getting it on because we didn't got it on. That's why we got these kids that we don't know what to do with them. That they're
Mm-hmm.
telling us what to do rather than we telling them what to do.
Mm-hmm.
When we was coming up, and I hate to keep saying that, if we were spiritual people, why are we spiritual and our kids don't want to know God? What has happened?
Mm-hmm.
What is it? What? How did we get here in a society where people can't take nothing no more?
Mm-hmm.
We get
Wow.
frustrated and we blow off and we fly off at the handle and we get so mad that we kill our children.
Get so mad
How did we
about
get
it.
here?
Ooh, why did you get so mad about it? Yeah. Why did you get so mad about it?
People get so mad, Raheem,
Mm-hmm.
and you're at the stop sign, and instead of you, let them go, they blow their horn and you shoot them dead.
Mm.
We was at work yesterday and almost time to get off for some, and all of a sudden we heard the engine running, and then we heard a bam.
Mm.
2 employees just got off of work. One decided on a 2-lane, 4-lane road in the middle of town that they was gonna go around the person.
Mm.
The person that they was going around decided, I'm not gonna let you go around.
Wow.
Before you know it, he had been sideswiped and hit a telephone pole, and they're both in somebody's yard.
Mm.
How did we get here?
Wow. Wow. 508-924-3521. That's a good question. How did we get here? Ryan. Oh, we lost let me see. Okay, we lost Ryan and Mo at the same time. Ain't that something? Both of them jumped off on us. Okay. We'll keep this thing going. Curtis, talk to me, brother. Now it's just the two. You having a counseling session, and you know so there's some issues going on with these people, and you send them into a room. You say, listen, y'all need to go in that room, and y'all need to have open and honest conversation. I'm gonna close the door. Y'all stand there 30, 40 minutes, an hour, whatever you need, but y'all need to have open and honest conversation. Curtis, what are some of the things that you would hope that they would talk about? Just those two. Curtis, you there?
Yeah, I'm right here. I'm just trying to process what you're saying, because in counseling, you, as a counselor, as a therapist, you really shouldn't hope anything.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I hope they figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
Counselor, if you're hoping anything, you're hoping that, you know what, that this session is open and honest, because that's the only way that the therapy is going to work.
Mm-hmm.
Is that there's an open and honest exchange. So in reality, I don't know if I would even send them in a room to have discussion if they have not already moved to that point to where the dialogue is open and honest.
Mm-hmm. Do you think?
Because you put them in a room.
Do you think people could really have
in a room by themselves, man?
Curtis, do you think people could really have the open and honest conversation in this day and time? Because it's been said earlier that people don't think that they can. And I think you mentioned that as well. But do you think people could really, really have open and honest conversation and just put everything on the table and expose themselves for really and exactly who they are? Do you think people could do that?
No, I don't, Raheem, because people don't listen.
Mm.
People don't listen to you anymore, man. You want to know what the real problem is?
Talk to me.
In my opinion,
mm-hmm.
People do not listen to each other anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Even I had a director tell me this one time. Even the smartest man in the room can learn.
Yes.
From the dumbest man standing outside the door.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
People do not listen to each other anymore.
Wow. Wow.
They don't got the evidence is there.
Mm-hmm. Cassandra, do you agree with that? People don't listen to each other. And can a person really, are people really willing to just put everything on the table and show, be as transparent as that oak tree in the wintertime with no leaves?
Yeah, I agree with that. You know, I remember I was counseling this couple, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the guy, so you know, I'd asked him a question, and the guy started talking, and the Holy Spirit said, "Just tell him to stop because he's lying."
Yeah. Wow.
And he and you know, and he was like, "Yeah, and she just don't understand," and she woo woo, and I said, "Listen," I said, "don't say anything else."
Mm-hmm.
I said, "Because until you can tell the truth, there is no conversation for us to have at this moment."
Yeah, yeah.
So he's like, "Well, what you talking about?" And I told him some stuff, and he just shut up.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He just shut up.
Yeah.
So for me, a lot of times is spiritual. As a counselor, it's spiritual instinct that I go by, because the Holy Spirit is there to lead and guide you unto all truth.
Absolutely.
So when people run a bull crap, don't waste my time. And don't waste your time. Because if you are not willing to be honest and tell the truth,
mm-hmm.
then it ain't nothing for us to talk about.
Exactly.
And he wanted to keep like this good for me to think good of him. How I think good of you is for you to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, I got a problem with my temper. Yeah, I have put my hands on her. You understand what I'm saying? Because she's sitting there scared.
Yeah, yeah.
She's sitting there scared, and you trying to bullcrap me. No, don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, you know, my thing is, you know, until you're ready to be, you don't want to save your relationship if you lying. If you come to counseling and lying, what the heck?
Mm-hmm.
I'm done.
Wow. Absolutely. Absolutely. Toya with a T, talk to me. Says, now we to the point where it's just, they're in a counseling. So I'm just painting this picture. They're in a counseling section, and the counselor say, "Look, I want you and you. Y'all are a couple. Y'all been a couple for blah blah blah. Y'all need to go in the room and just have an open and honest conversation with each other. Ain't nobody gonna be in there. I'm not gonna be in there. Just gonna be y'all. And y'all conversation is not gonna leave that room. But you need to be open and honest with each other totally." Toya, do you think people have the ability in this day and time to just be totally transparent and tell the absolute truth?
Yeah, 3 of us do.
Wow.
3 of us do. And the rest of the world can't handle it. They don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
Especially men. Really don't like to be checked by a little 5'5" tiny thing like me.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like to be corrected. I don't like to be called out when you trying to put a facade on like you're doing the right thing and you're not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Get out of my face.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you don't think I deserve love too? Love yourself. Where your apartment?
Mm-hmm.
Where your car? Cause let me tell you what I spend on me by myself. Now, if I spend that on me by myself, why I'm gonna give you some and you can't get me what I can get my own self?
Mm-hmm.
Get out my face. So I don't have a lot of people who like to kiki and caca with me, cause I'm not about that. I'm a real adult.
Mm-hmm.
I face my real mistakes. I eat my real mistakes. If I say I'm gonna do something and I know it ain't the right thing to do, I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
It has nothing to do with you. And you can feel how you want to feel about it. This is me. You can call me stupid. I don't care how you think. This is my feelings. What you eat don't make me poop.
Come on.
So no, a lot of people do not like to be held accountable, especially men.
Mm-hmm.
Especially single women who think they've been doing it on their own. You can't tell them nothing. Well, when you like that, you know what? You don't need to be in a relationship. I understand I don't need to be in a relationship right now because I don't want to be nice to you, even when you're wrong right now. I don't want to be sensitive to nobody's feelings right now.
Yeah.
And I'm in need.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want a responsibility of making sure I provide for you sexually and I ain't got my business handled over here. So I don't want nobody right now. Because I already know it's not. I'm not listening to you. I got something going on, and I'll get this straight. All right, then fine. But at the end of the day, people don't want to be real with what it is. You deserve love, nigga. But excuse me. But you broke.
Yeah.
And you ain't got nothing to offer. So go sit your tail down and see. Well, it's so hard. Yeah, it's hard for everybody. Another indicator that you need to be sitting down somewhere. But don't nobody want to hear that.
Exactly.
Don't nobody want to hear that. You know what I mean? So when it comes to telling the truth, when we become adults and we make our own mud and we fight our own mud and we pay for our own mud, you really can't tell us anything. We're gonna do what we want to do, regardless of what anyone else thinks. And that's the part when people be watching you, your mouth say one thing, but you do another. That's a clear indicator that you need to mind your business and leave theirs alone, because everybody gonna have to deal with their own pain.
Good deal. Toussaint, talk to me, brother. What are the conversation? It's just them two in the room. They got to be open and honest. Do they have the ability to do so? Or are they going to still hide behind certain things? I don't want to say this. I don't want to talk about this. I can't tell you that part about me. Does that happen, Toussaint?
You see, now that's a problem. Here's the kicker. Thank you for beautiful that we gonna seek professional help.
Yes.
But if our professional help gonna put us in the room all by ourselves, how did we get here again?
Yeah.
When we gonna have this conversation that the only one that's gonna fix our problem is us. How do we get here in front of somebody else that don't even know neither one of us? And I appreciate professional help. But if you can fix your own problems, how did we get here? Really? I mean, I understand and I'm serious about that, but if you can't talk to each other, and then somebody that you go to, you got to excuse me, that is for professional help, and they say, okay, here's what y'all need to do. Talk to each other. Come on now. Stop it. That really don't make no sense to me. You hear what? No, I mercy. We tell ourselves that how can I say this before I run out of time? We tell ourselves that we are better off by ourselves in front of somebody that we want to be with. Well, if that's what you want to do, get somewhere and sit down. Gone. Another relationship has fallen apart because we really don't want to talk. If you don't want to talk to me, get out of my face. Period. Because see, what we do is we start relationship with options. And if you got an option and one of your options is on your way out, you're already on your way out. That's not the conversation you need to have. You need to have a conversation about how you're going to get it to fix it. There's a bunch of problems, but nobody want to talk about the solutions.
Yeah.
So let's sit at home. Let's sit by ourselves like we're supposed to. Sit at the table. Turn your phone off. Turn the TV off. We don't need to get Google to get us, but we can talk to each other because we were so, emotional and in love when we was courting and talking this noise and bringing flowers and holding hands. Now, you know what? I don't even like you no more.
Wow.
And let's start with that.
Wow. 508-924-3521. This is getting good. Cassandra, let me ask you this question. Do you think most people in a relationship look at the other person as an option, or do they look at them as a priority?
Who you say? Not me, huh?
Cassandra.
Oh, good.
Cassandra, you there? Cassandra, are you there? Curtis, answer that, man. What do you think? Do you think most people look at the other person as an option or a priority?
Raheem, I think you already know the answer to that for me.
I do.
In this world that we in, it is options. The only priorities that folks of today are showing me that they have is the priority of self, the priority of self-preservation. That means that I have to live or exist without you, and that's just what I'll do. We are in a very, 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 very. Listen, if this don't apply, if this glove don't fit, then you will find yourself acquitted. But
come on,
people just don't care about each other no more, man. They really don't. They only care when it is to their benefit. If it ain't to their benefit, they don't care about it. Wow. They don't care about it. It's so bad that if it ain't to their benefit, they don't even pay it no attention, not even realize. Guess what? On the back end, it is extremely to your benefit. But because because they're being so selfish that they're not even forward no more. What's the name did a movie on it, and I gotta give him his props where his props was due. By far, in that genre, one of the best films he ever done, and one of the best films I've ever seen that dove directly into that issue. Tyler Perry. What is that called? Is it called Acrimony?
Yeah, he had a movie called Acrimony. Yeah.
When the dude had a vision, but he ain't had no money. And this lady was like, oh, she ain't gonna deal with him, and she cut him off, and she ended the marriage and all kinds of foolishness. Then this dude wound up, she couldn't see that his idea was gonna be a $1 million idea. Then the dude wound up bumping into a woman that foresaw that and was like, yo, nah, I'm rocking with you on this.
Yeah.
He got a millionaire. Now she trying to come back. No, man. Like, what? Maybe that's what Tyler was saying. Maybe that's what Tyler was saying the whole while in that film, was that, hey, this is what's happening on this side of the world. When you're living in this space. But see, everybody can't live in that space.
Exactly.
Right? Everybody don't have that to live in that space. Exactly. And some people are doing whatever they can to be in that space, even if that means selling their soul.
Wow. 508-924-3521. 508-924-3521. Answer the question. What are some of the conversation a man and a woman should really have with each other? Open and honest, open conversation, dialogue. What should they have? What should they talk to each other about? What is it been said? We got a couple of things on here. Sex. Should it be money? Should it be raising the children? How, do you want to have kids? What if what you get with somebody and you really want to have kids? Your lone dream was to have children. And then all of a sudden you give it this love of your life, and she or he tell you, I don't want kids. Is that a deal breaker? Cassandra, how does one deal with that? Are you back with us, Cassandra?
So now what are you saying if, like, you're giving a specific scenario about them not wanting to have kids?
Yes. You have been a person, And I'm saying open. You have been a person that always wanted kids your whole life. You want to have kids, want to have a family, and then you meet the quote unquote love of your life. The love of your life, the one that you know that we're gonna be together for the rest of our lives. We're gonna do this. But one day y'all have a conversation and he tell you, I don't, and I have never wanted kids. So I don't want kids. I don't want children. What is that conversation like? Or is that a deal breaker?
Well, it needs to be a deal breaker because it's not going to be a very good relationship because you want kids and he doesn't want kids. That's huge.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
The decision to have kids, that is huge in a relationship because I'm going to be frustrated if I want a baby and you saying you don't want one, whether it's the male or the female that doesn't want one. How is that going to work out? Not very good. Not very good. Because I will always have in my heart that desire to have a child and realize that the only reason I don't have a child is because you don't want one. So, I think that would be a deal breaker.
Wow. Curtis, what do you say to that, man? Is that an absolute deal breaker if she said I don't want to have children? And and you have to look at her and she have to be the one to carry the child. I don't want to have kids. I don't want what it's going to do, how it's going to do to my body, how it's going to affect my body. And I just don't want to have the responsibility of raising a child. I don't want children. Curtis, is that a deal breaker?
Yeah, it definitely could be. It definitely could be, and it should be. I got this saying, man. I don't want to sound rude, right? But I got this saying, right, that I try my best to live by. I've tried my best to live by. If I can't build with you, I can't shove no steel with you. I mean, I ain't trying to, glorify nothing, but I pack a wallet. You know what I'm saying? I'm a full and complete, total package. Right? So if I'm a full and complete total package, why am I going to be interested in somebody who don't have no bags, the groceries? I'm a total package. Why am I going to be interested in somebody who don't have a car, that don't have a vehicle that we can put the package in? You know what I'm saying? So, like, if I can't build with you, I'm sorry, man. I can't push no steel with you. I'm pushing cast iron. You know what I mean? And that's just is. I'm sorry. I don't mean no harm, no disrespect to the ladies, but nah, that's not going down like that. Because at the end of the day, I am a black man in America. I need some peace. I need some calm. I don't need a bunch of foolishness. I don't need a bunch of attitude. I don't need a bunch of anger, especially if I'm not the one creating it. If that's not what I'm giving out, if I'm not giving out, like my man, one of my friends was talking to me. He's single, right? And this guy's a real laid back kind of, he's a recluse, really, right? We was talking about relationships, and he was asking my opinion. But somebody asks your opinion, but they make statements.
Yes.
And he was asking my opinion on if he was wrong in telling his girlfriend, "Hey, look, you got to go." Right? So I asked him, I said, "Well, what happened? You know what I'm saying? What is it that pushed you to this point?" He was like, "Look, man, Kurt, I worked too hard." He worked down on the docks. He said, "Kurt, I worked too hard, brother. I got to deal with the fact that I'm watching boys come on this dock, getting these jobs that they ain't been here but 3 days. I've been down here for almost 10 years, right? And they're getting it solely because of, the color they skin, whatever, who their daddy is, you know, who their grandfather was, this, that, and the third. He said, the last thing I need is to be in the company of somebody who has issues that they can't deal with, but the expectation is for me to deal with their issues, my issues, pay their bills, my bills, live their life, put mine on hold.
Wow.
And they, like, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
He said, so was I wrong by telling her, hey, shorty, you just got kicked rocks. I can't do this. You got too much going on.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You got too much.
Yeah.
I got to work too hard when I get off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, this guy, Raheem, this guy is the type of guy that if I called him right now, he's going to either be at work or he's going to be sitting in his living room watching a movie or something like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He don't club. He's not one to walk in the midst of a bunch of females like, hey, shorty, blah, blah, blah. That's not
Mm-hmm.
And it ain't just the women. Let me go on and say that, because I don't want no women to say, oh, he bashing us. No, it ain't just the women.
Mm-hmm.
It's dudes too.
Good deal.
Got too much drama and foolishness going on, and you expecting somebody to want to deal with you. Man, go on, get in the clown car with that, man.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Go back to the circle. And it ain't over there.
Good deal. Good deal. Let me go to Tucson. Tucson, what do you say to that, man? You know, you had you always wanted to have children. You always wanted to have kids. That's just something that you always wanted to do. And you meet the love of your life, and y'all are so perfect together. Everything is amazing. But y'all have a conversation one day, and she said, you know what, Donna, I don't want to have kids. I don't want to have kids. I've never wanted kids. Don't want to have kids. Don't want to have what it does to my body and how I don't want to go through all that. I don't want the responsibility of having to raise them. I don't want kids. Tucson, is that a deal breaker?
It's not that. That's not the point. That's not what I get out of hearing that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm hearing life is about you and not us.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
So here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Again, the conversation. You mean to tell me I waited till we going? Definitely better not wait till you get mad to figure that out. Because you're stupid then. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to call nobody stupid.
Wow.
I don't really mean stupid, but I do mean stupid.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of people make unwise decisions.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I know. For real.
Mm-hmm.
We figured out afterwards that you thought you had a queen,
mm-hmm.
and another peasant
mm-hmm.
calling themselves queen.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
Or king.
Mm-hmm.
People don't talk anymore.
Mm-hmm.
After the little woo-woo, like Cassandra called it, woo-woo, is over with, they go right back to their separate lives.
Yeah, yeah.
And wait till the next 15 minutes of pleasure.
Without
a conversation.
Wow.
we spend more time trying to make other folks think we happy, being unhappy with the person we with.
Mm-hmm.
Or we're trying to get with. And let me say something, and there's no reflection on, well, it is. I'm sorry.
Say it.
But I don't need nobody. I don't need nobody checking me. I've been checking me all my life.
Mm-hmm.
My mama and my daddy check me. I'd be doggone if I need some woman to check me. I don't need no one to number check me. I don't need a monitor. I monitor myself.
Mm-hmm.
And we monitor each other. Well, you know what I found out that I have to do in a relationship to keep it better, at least best as I can?
What's that?
I check me all the time.
Mm-hmm. Self-checker. You're a self-checker.
I ain't trying to check my wife. That don't make no sense.
Mm-hmm.
She knows who she is.
Yeah.
Why am I wasting time trying to check her when I should have figured that out before I met her?
Mm-hmm.
Get out of here with that foolishness. Stop that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You're trying to raise a grown person. That's crazy.
Don't make no sense.
You know how much fight you gonna have?
Mm-hmm. Oh Lord.
Grown people don't want to be raised.
Mm-hmm.
They want to be.
Wow.
They want to be with somebody that's already raised.
Mm-hmm.
Try to with that.
Say step. Toy, you with a T. Toy, you with a T. What? And let's switch it up a little bit. Let me ask you, Toy, you there?
I am here.
Okay. Now let's talk about finances. We talk about the children aspect. Let's talk about finances right now. You and this person, again, love of your life. Y'all are amazing, and y'all are building together, building a future for the rest of your life. And then one day, you get a letter, and it says that one of your accounts, that majority of your money's supposed to be in. Y'all got a small account, and the money has dwindled down. And he said, "Well, you know, I meant to tell you, you know, that list I was telling you I wanted the little business I wanted to open up, and you know, they needed this amount for the down payment of the building. I needed this amount for the for the equipment, and you know, we got to have people working for us. So, you know, we really this is gonna come off real good this time. It's gonna come off real good this time. I meant to tell you, but yeah, that's what happened to the money. That's where it is."
No, no. I got one better than that. Because he didn't do nothing with it but just jerk it off. And then he says, "Oh, I thought that's why you gave me access, so I can use it."
Ouch. That's all I can say on that one. Ouch.
What? You don't even do nothing with it, you irresponsible. Listen.
That's the man of your life now. That's the love of your life.
Right. You heard what I just said? What he said to me?
Yes, I heard you.
No, so you actually the Negro of my nightmares. I can respect you if you a hustler and you went in and you opened up a business.
Yeah.
But you just went and jerked off money that I'm the kind of person, I don't think for just me. If we ever split up, right? We put a little cut here for you, a little bit cut here for me. And if we ever should part, we should both have something to fall back on. That's just always the kind of person I've been. I don't never want to see anybody that I've been with, ever used to be with, be without nothing. I'll walk away and you can have it all because I know I'm going to be okay.
Yeah.
So I already feel like, you know, you should have yours and I should have mine. And if you feel like you want to go and do that because it's a portion of it all, you know, I don't have a problem with it if you're making a business decision. But this is my problem. When you walk around here jacking off money and you want to have the same account, the same access, that's when it becomes a problem. That's what I'm talking about. We're not talking about you making different choices and decisions that can benefit us. We're talking about you making idiot decisions, doing things you ain't got no business. That's going to be the problem. Yeah, we need to have a conversation about finances. Most of the time, you're not going to come talking to me about finances when you know you want to jerk it off or do something that you know that I'm not going to be okay with. So your responsibility as a man is to be the one to make the legal and responsible decisions. No, you're not going to take our money and gamble it up. Go get a second job if you want to gamble it.
Yeah.
No, you're not going to dictate just what you want to do with what we did together, especially if you've been an irresponsible son of a biscuit. And you think you're going to dictate and just go and do what you want to do. No, that's not right. That's selfish. No, babe, look, this is what I want to do. I want to start a business. Look, babe, this is what I want to do. Look, babe, this is what I did. I went into. No, you went and did it because, again, you allowed the devil to deal with you with something that you know I'm not going to like. You know I'm not going to say no. Same reason why you do with your parents. You know I'm going to say no. Even if you are scared, I'm going to chew you up and spit you out because just because you're scared don't mean you don't be a man and come to me and ask me, baby, this is what I want to do. You finna have a whole problem with me.
Yeah.
With me. Because if you know I told you no, it's because you've been too irresponsible and I don't want to keep cleaning up your mess. Come on with the jokes. And let's talk about that acrimony thing for a second. Don't you dare use me up and suck me dry for 10 years talking about you working on a big project. Oh, I'm going to be a billionaire. And I done worked and you done sat around and did nothing. And I done supported you in this dream for 10 or 15 years. And then this little knucklehead chick done came up in here after 2 or 3 years, ain't did nothing, ain't put no work in, ain't paid no bills all by herself. And then you going to look at me and say, well, she gets me. I'm gonna get you and her and all three of us finna go somewhere. How dare you? How dare you? I paid them bills for them 10, 12 years. I dealt with you every single day while you were trying to be the billionaire and it wouldn't work. And you wouldn't be a man to say, let me go get a little piece of part or something. Pay the light bill, pay the gas bill, pay the little side bill. So my baby just won't just be sitting here paying everything until I be a billionaire. And then you're going to come to me talking about this woman who know you 4 years, 3 years, 2 years, 1 year, ain't did nothing. And now all of a sudden she the love of her life and you think that she's the one that's going to reap them billionaire benefits? Okay, all three of us going to be in a wheelchair because I'm driving us all off a cliff. Who you talking about?
Wow. Cassandra, what do you say about that? And that's what happened in the movie. That's exactly what happened in the movie. You know, she came in, late bloomer, came in out there after the flowers, after the roses had bloomed up and everything, and now she's reaping all the benefits. Is that right? Because it does happen.
Oh yeah, it does. Yeah, it happens. Toya, I'm gonna need you not to talk it like that because you make me have flashbacks and stuff. So I don't want to. I'm trying to suppress those memories. So I don't want you to talk like that. But no, I mean that is something that can send people over the edge. That is something that can definitely send you over the edge. And you know, as Christians, we can say, oh, well, you know, if it happened to me, I'm just taking it to the Lord and leaving it there. Yeah, okay. Okay, that sounds real good.
Yeah.
But when stuff get real, sometimes I love people that have the restraint that they actually won't do anything. I love those people. I ain't there. Just let me put it for the record. I ain't there yet. So please don't try with me because I'm just not there yet. So I'm a lot like Toya, you know, I'm sweet as pie, but there's some things I ain't gonna put up with. Point blank, bottom line.
So basically you're saying don't slap you.
Don't shoot. I ain't turning another cheek. I can tell you that much. I will not turn the other cheek and say, okay, go ahead and slap me over here. I will not do it. I promise you.
But see,
hold on
now. That's what the word of God says. You should turn the other cheek. If they slap you on one side, turn and offer them your other side.
Yeah, but I'm not there. I repeat, please don't try that. I have not apprehended yet. So go ahead and slap somebody else that's there. I'm just not there yet. So I'm not a person you need to slap and expect me to turn the other cheek. No, because I'm gonna be so busy popping you back till I'm sorry. I love Jesus. I love Jesus.
Yeah. Okay. Toussaint. Now I know Toussaint. You're going to turn the other cheek because they slap you on one side. That's not fair to. They slap you on the right side. It's not fair to the left side. So you need to turn the other side and say, "Have your way. Have your way. Slap this side too." Ain't that what you're gonna do, Toussaint?
I've always been known to say, you get wrong. And that's going to be the warning sign.
Yeah.
That you possibly going to think you're going to get another one, but you never will. It may take me years of planning to get myself planned to devise a plan to change my life from being violent or being in a domestic violent situation or a relationship. But I'm going to plan it out to the point that the only thing that you're going to know is I'm gone.
Mm-hmm.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
And I ain't playing. Because I told you from the beginning, I ain't fighting. I ain't fighting nobody. I'm not arguing with you. I'm not fussing with you. I'm not doing none of that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Nope. If you feel like because I'm a believer of God's word, that I'm going to tolerate your foolishness, you a lie.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
What does the song says? Try Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
Don't try me.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the other part of that song I don't agree with because I ain't fighting nobody. I don't, especially no woman. I ain't gonna put my hand on you.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
You can push me around. You can do whatever you want. You get one slap.
Mm-hmm.
I'm done with you.
That's it.
For real.
Mm-hmm.
You can have a car. You can have the house. You can have all my clothes.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm going to pack what I need.
Yeah.
And I'm going to start all over.
There you go. There you go.
I don't want to have this conversation, Raheem, because that's what I was talking about. We have too many options in our relationship.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We need to have a conversation prior to getting into our relationship.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that the slap won't come.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
We got to have conversations. We got to talk to each other.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, we're going to start all over for the rest of our lives. And I'm telling you this, no.
Mm-hmm.
Shut up. Shut up.
Hey, Cassandra.
Yes, sir. Hell no. It's the greatest.
Oh, no.
I don't want Raheem, don't ask me to do that anymore.
That's not right, Cassandra.
Go ahead, Tucson.
You changed the words around.
That's why y'all don't need to ask me. Don't ask me to do something. Y'all know I'm there. Y'all know that. Don't be asking me.
Tucson, go ahead, brother. Go ahead.
It's supposed to be Cassandra. Oh, hell, the bishop.
Okay, yeah.
Hold on.
Oh, hell, the bishop. Oh, hell, it's the bishop.
Hey, Curtis, go ahead. Get you a slice, Curtis. How you say it, Curtis?
All hell, the bishop is now.
Lord. Good morning, Bishop. How you doing this morning? Lord.
Man, I'm doing okay. Boy, Cassandra threw a boomerang in that boy. Man.
Sorry, Bishop. I'm sorry.
She said
that's okay. That's okay, Cassandra. That's okay. And then Tucson. Thank you, Kurt. I appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it, Kurt. But that Tucson, he started all right, and then he came back and thought about, oh hell no. Oh man. I tell you too. Thank y'all. I love y'all too now.
There you go.
Man.
But Bishop, I need to know something.
Yes,
we talking about turning the other cheek. Somebody slap fire out your right side. Bow. Now, Bishop, as the man of God, you're supposed to say, that's not fair. You slap my right side. You should turn your cheek to the left and say, have your way. Bishop, now that's what you're supposed to do. What you gonna do, Bishop?
Well, I'm gonna do just what you just said.
Mm-hmm.
And turn the other cheek and say, have your way, Holy Spirit, because he ain't coming at me like that no more.
No.
No. But honestly speaking, and years ago, there was a preacher in the church that when he was living, he did. And he said this: if somebody smites you on the right cheek, you turn the left unless you hit that one too.
Mm-hmm.
I asked the question. I said, well, what if that left hit knock you out? You hit your head on the ground and you die.
Mm-hmm. Mm.
And he said, well, I said, yeah, we got two different, understandings or interpretations of the word. In my opinion, you slap the right cheek, I turn the left, and I'm gonna let it go. I don't do it no more.
Mm-hmm.
But you come back out and you raise that hand again, the end result ain't gonna be the same. And it doesn't take anything away from you being a Christian.
But it sure does take everything away from you being a fool. Don't let the thought of being a Christian misinterpret being a fool. Because he has no business putting his hand on you, or neither does she. Now you can dismiss it here. All right, now I'm gonna let it go. Don't do it no more. And they want to come back at you again. Sometimes you have to stand your ground, because if you say, well, you got to do what Jesus did. Jesus turned over tables, wrapped cords together, and ran jokers about the temple. When it was his time to be crucified, that's when he let them do what they needed to do. Other than that, I ain't read nowhere where Jesus said, hey, come on, Long. Y'all do me how you want to do it until it's time for him to be crucified.
Wow.
So that's it.
Curtis, Curtis, you are our last hope, brother. Curtis, you are our last hope. Or you're going to turn the other cheek and let them and allow them to have their way. Now, they slap fire at you.
Allow.
Almost knock you out.
Allow. Allow who to have way?
Whoever slap you.
No, man. No. I got a best friend. He my best friend. He my cousin. We've been friends for 51 and 9 months years. Our mother's pregnant at the same time. Uncles married aunts, and this, that, and the third. And this cat greeted me like that.
He slapped you?
He slapped me. When I grabbed hold of him and picked him up, for a minute I blacked out. But when I grabbed hold of him and picked him up, we've been together since we were born, since before we were born, man.
Yeah.
The only thing brought me out of that thing was his smell. My first thought was to dump him straight on his neck. But thank God I have a sense of smell. And I caught it, and it brought me back. And I told him, I said, if you ever put your hands on me like that again, I'm going to kill you. He was like, man, I was just playing, Big Kurt. Come on, bro. Come on, big bro. Hold on. If you ever put your hands on me like that again, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah. And
I gotta address
and that's your friend. And that's your friend.
He's beyond my friend.
Yeah.
I picked bullets. Period. No ifs, ands, buts about it.
Wow.
And we all got to see him play in the NFL without seeing him play in the NFL. I gotta address this elephant in the room because, I'm too old. And I told myself I'm just not letting things fly no more. Maybe I had the wrong movie. Maybe I didn't. Because you can see that movie from so many perspectives that really and truly no one perspective is right. Because the lesson in the movie that I got was, y'all stop treating each other like this. Quit it. Right? I used it specifically for the reason of saying, you know what? If you're not in a position or a mindset to build from nothing, then you shouldn't be trying to start from everything. If you're not in a position to build from nothing, then you should not be trying to start from everything.
Wow. That's good.
That's all. I didn't mean to hurt you. I didn't mean to strike a chord on anybody. But if you're not willing to build from nothing, don't try to start everything.
Yeah, that's good. And like you said, everybody have their own perspective. I can pull up a clip on here, play it on the screen, and everybody look at it. Everybody might have a different perspective based on what they are, what they've gone through, or what their experiences have been. So everybody look at things differently. So yeah.
What year is my car? My Odyssey's a 2006.
What you say, Cassandra?
I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. Well, we are about to get out of here in a minute or two. Anybody have anything they want to say before we get out of here? We got 3 minutes before we close up for today.
You know, I got something right.
Go ahead, brother.
I think that we should even mention people that pick us up out of ashes.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good part of getting out of one relationship and getting into another one where somebody sees how somebody has just about drugged you through the mud or took you for everything you got.
Mm-hmm.
And here comes somebody else that have helped you heal.
Yeah.
Even with your shortcomings, they take our time to allow, if we want to say God, to show them and you that you can be a better person.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good thing.
That's a good thing.
Because all of us got problems and issues. We all come from somewhere. Every one of us is an ex something. That sees where you came from and say, you know what? I see you. I hear you. I'm going to listen to you. I'm going to walk you through it. I'm going to stay there. I'm going to stick there with you until we both come out better. And then when we get there, then we can go forward.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I just think.
Good deal. And let me take this opportunity to do this right here. I want to show you all my book. This is my book right here. This is one of my books. I have another one as well. I'm gonna put it on my site. This is the one that's already there. The name of it is Untrust. Sometimes it's better to stand alone. Heck of a story. I want you to go to www.buytheblackness, buytheblackness.com. Go on there, take a look at that. The book is there. There's different categories. As a matter of fact, I got a few more books that's coming in the next couple of weeks that I want you to go on and support the authors as well. And I'm not the author of all the books that's going to be on here. We have a lot of people that's actually going to have books, different products and everything that's going to be on Buy the Blackness. It's BUY, buytheblackness.com. But if you don't mind, go on buytheblackness.com right now, and it's up, and go to books and pick up a copy of the book. I actually will sign it for you. It's my second novel. It's actually my second novel, but I will definitely sign it and send it to you. You'll have it in a few days. So if you don't mind doing so, go on www.buytheblackness.com. Go there and need your support, man. If you don't mind doing it, pick up a book or two, pick them up a few as gifts and different things of that nature. Great read. You definitely going to enjoy it. It's a heck of a story. A lot of twists and turns. You're not going to see the end coming, but it's coming. All right.
Raheem.
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
www.buy, B-U-Y, like you buying something, buytheblackness.com. Yes, ma'am.
I wanted to mention that on tomorrow, I'll actually be directing the Moores Ford Bridge lynching reenactment in Monroe, Georgia. It is the unsolved lynching of 5 African Americans in 1946. 2 couples, and one of the women was pregnant. So I would love anyone that it's history. It's Georgia history, U.S. history, and Black history. It's the last unsolved mass lynching in U.S. history. Please come out and join me, and there'll be a free dinner as well. Just a beautiful day if you want to come out and see this historical event.
And let me tell y'all something. I've actually had the honor of being there. You're going to have a great time. You're going to have a great time, and you're going to learn something on the course. So if you're not busy, if you don't have any plans, sure you make your way over there. And tell Cassandra Raheem sent you. Tell Cassandra Raheem sent you. Say Raheem sent me here to come see you and give her a hug. Hug her neck. Cassandra, I'm telling people to hug you, Cassandra. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Cassandra, somebody has joined into this broadcast, Cassandra, and they joined in late, 8 o'clock, 8:30, 9 o'clock, 9:15, whatever the time. And they say, look at here. I need to see that and see it again in its entirety. Cassandra, is it possible?
It is possible to see the show in its entirety. You can either see it or hear it at 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time by logging in at dkmmediagroup.com. 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can see it in its entirety.
Wow. Hey, Toussaint.
That girl can sing.
That girl can sing. That girl can sing. Can't she sing Toussaint? She sang that song.
She good. She
pretty dang on good too. I'm gonna say so myself. You know, she pretty dang on good. If I had to say so myself, I had to say it myself with my own words. That girl, that good. Toussaint.
All right.
Leave us,
yes,
brother, with the word of prayer.
Okay, God the Father, we come now and we just grateful. We magnify you and lift you up. We're grateful for every step we make, every breath we breathe. When we move, we can't do it, nor have our being without you. I thank you, God, that you, by your divine will, have even shaped us and formed us and made us in your image and in your likeness. So as we talk, we commune with one another, help us to be more like you, rather than just being made in an image, being disobedient. Help us and forgive us from any disobedience that we have. You said we confess our sins, you be faithful. Forgive us from our sins and cleanse us from all unrighteousness that we show enough need cleansing. Make us better. Help us to love like you love. And then, God, if we are in any situation that we can't handle, we're casting all of our cares on you, and we know you care for us.
Yes, Lord.
Thank you for Raheem and Morning Glow and all those that have even spoke out and listened in, that have blessed their homes and blessed their lives, blessed children, mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, all of us. We need God like never before. So as we go through this day, help us let our light shine in a way that men see our good works. Thank you for good works, but you get the glory. If there be any vainglory, move it from as far as the east is from the west out of our lives. Help us, God. We thank you. We magnify you and we praise you. We lift you up. In Jesus' name and praise.
Amen. Been a great broadcast. I want to thank everybody for joining us. And more than that, I want to thank you for allowing DKM Media Group and Associates and the Morning Glow for being a part of your day. It is now, what time is it? 10:05. You're about to exit the Morning Glow. But before you go, I want you to do me two favors, if you will. One, I want you to continue to pray for us, because we are certainly praying for each and every one of you. Number two, why this is real simple, I want you to go out there, find somebody and give them a hug, because you never know, it could be the only hug that they get, or it could very well be their last. Love you, and ain't nothing you can do about it. Have a great day and a better tomorrow. That we shine some of this light on you from the Morning Glow. Take it out there into this wicked and cruel world that we live in, and let your light so shine. If you get an opportunity, give somebody some love. You just might find some love in return. Won't that be a beautiful thing? Have a great day. Take care of each other, and please, please, please be blessed. Give somebody some love and truth. They would appreciate it, and I'm sure that you will as well. Have a great weekend. See you Monday morning, if God say the same. Have a great weekend, y'all. Love you, and please stay blessed.